What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. We got another little live before Locky Poo for you. No Emirates Cup, though. This is just straight up normal stuff for the first time in a while. If it's your first time joining us, thanks for being here. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel. Our guy, Rob Perez, will be joining us in about an hour, 10 or so to get us caught up. We are going to look at some projections, try to figure out some injury stuff. We'll look at some totals, all that fun stuff. But more importantly, we've got a couple of giveaways for you today. Our guy, Matty Harrison, shout him out. He took down a Trae Young. He's got a couple of Trae Youngs, but he got a limited Trae Young in one of his polls today. One of the cool things that Sorare NBA is doing, if you buy certain cards off of like the instant buy, you have a shot at winning another card. I actually won a Hartenstein today, which was sick. But Maddie wants to give the Trae Young to the people. So we're going to be giving away multiple cards today. We're going to be giving away a Trae Young. We're also going to be giving away a rare tier card. But to set up the giveaway, our guy Maddie, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, put hashtag Maddie into the chat, baby, for our guy. Huge W for Maddie. Huge dub. But there you go. That is the giveaway to get us ready. Yeah. Super Carl saying Mike's ready for the limited streets. I'll do that after we go over some of the projection, injury news, all of that stuff. We'll get into it. We'll get into what my lineups are looking like. But let's take a look at tonight's games first. All right, we'll look at tonight's games. Not really too concerned about the weekend stuff just because we don't have enough information. But let's look at what we have going on tonight here. We've got a handful of games. We have the Magic and the Sixers. That's got a 207 total. That's not super high. We know no Embiid. Paul George is back. Maxi's playing. On the Magic side of things, I think they're full go outside of Paolo Banchero. Lakers and Hawks. This is a 5.5 point spread. 232.5 total. I believe the second highest total on the slate. Now, LeBron, the big Q tag. Austin Reeves already ruled out. Anthony Davis, one of the highest projected guys this game week, specifically tonight, depending on where you look. Even higher than Giannis, depending on where you look. But LeBron's still a questionable tag. I have been taking the stance that LeBron is going to sit tonight. I mean, obviously, I don't know that for sure, but that is where I've been leaning. We still do not know. But my lean is that LeBron is going to sit. For Atlanta, I think they're pretty healthy. Bucks and Celtics, Porzingis was ruled out, yet somehow the total has gone up a point. So it's an 8.5 point spread, and then a 227.5 point total. We have no Porzingis, but Al Horford, I believe, is good to go. Tatum, who's questionable, has been ruled in. The Bucks should be pretty healthy. Wait, hold on. Ukulele says, what's the thing with the free card? I bought many on instant buy, but got nothing extra. You should have gotten a raffle card. So I'll show you guys after I go over it. After I do this stuff, I'll go over to that. Then you have Pacers and Bulls. And look at this total, 247.5. Might as well be a million. Kobe White is questionable. Josh Giddey probable. Zach LaVine probable. On the Pacers side of things, I think everybody's good to go. Both teams... No, just the Bulls on a back-to-back. Pacers should be good to go. 3.5 point faves for the Indiana Pacers. And then we go San Antonio. Wembanyama made the thumbnail And then he got ruled out. Brutal. So no Wembanyama, no Devin Vassell either, which I need to adjust the lineup or just hope that he plays the second game. And then for the Kings, I think they're good to go. Both teams on a back-to-back, 229.5 point total. Then we go Timberwolves and Warriors. Steph Curry is back. Did we get official word on Draymond? I think Draymond is back as well, too. Let me double check that quickly here. Draymond is still officially questionable. He's officially questionable. On Timberwolves side of things, I think they're good to go. 219.5 total. Timberwolves 1.5 point faves. And then last but not least, Jazz and Portland Trailblazers, the game everybody's excited about, 225.5 point total. Let me just see Trailblazers quickly. Let's see. They have Scoot Henderson is questionable. Robert Williams is out. Everybody else is good for them. On the Jazz side of things, I think they have everybody but Clarkson and Kyle Filipowski. That's it. So that is the injury news that we have. We did get some Saturday stuff. We got some Saturday news here. Saloon, as the rookie, has already been ruled out for the Hornets. Nick Richards questionable tomorrow. Luke Kennard's been ruled out. Marcus Smart's questionable. Cam Payne is questionable. Najee Marshall's out. Aaron Gordon's probable. Jimmy Butler's probable. Jamal Murray's questionable. Jalen Brunson's questionable. Pirtle, Isaac, all these guys questionable. Wiggins is questionable. Oh, I'm sorry. Draymond is probable tonight. So, anyways, that's like the lay of the land. It's kind of a little funky. Yeah, we got Middleton back. I don't think Middleton is I don't think Middleton's a play this game week, but it does affect some of the usage of everybody else here because because it's just more shots going up. But I imagine he's on a little bit of a minutes restriction. Mark is saying, do you think Marvin Bagley's a play this week? Right. Bagley got like a spot start this past week. He doesn't project super well, but he's going to cap a 4. So, I mean, maybe. I do kind of think Kuzma's back. So if Kuzma is back, I don't like it as much, but we'll have to wait and see what the Kuz sounds like. I feel like Kuz is going to go at some point. But there you go. Let me go over to Sorare, show you what we were talking about here for a second, and then we'll get into like the actual projections, some of the best value plays and all that stuff. So if you go over to Sorare and you go to the market, you see this thing, December 6th, second player, right? If you click that, click the 6th, it'll take you here and you browse offers. And if you buy any of these from Instant Buy, now it's only limited, you have a shot at winning something else. You can see I had a couple. What is this? I had a couple of. I thought, oh, that's the reveal card. Excuse me. It's Brandon Miller. Reveal. In some. Wow, this is sick. Did it just completely freeze? Oh no! Did I freeze or did the? What happened? Somebody in the chat tell me, was it me? This is hilarious. I hope it's not me. What is the? I can't see it on YouTube. Nobody. Is it me freezing? Can somebody say something in the chat? All right, I didn't freeze. Thank you. Nobody else said anything. Shout out Sorare, baby. Let's see. What if I refresh? I feel like my computer's gonna explode. All right, here we go. That's sick, dude. No reveals anymore. But anyways, that's what you can do. Let's go look at my lineups quickly. I might have to make an adjustment here. Let's start with my rare champion. So I'm doing the in-season champion this time. We're rolling out Anthony Davis, Jalen Johnson, Miles Turner, dominating, and Moses Moody as my little value play, although I don't love Moody as much here. My other rare champ with Giannis. This is in the classic Giannis, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jonas Valanciunas, Trey Murphy, the triple, and Kyle Kuzma, hoping the Kuz plays. But we made a buy today, boys and girls. We made a Nikola Jokic limited buy today. How about that, huh? How about that? Little Nikola Jokic. So we got a Joker up in there, a Trey Young. We got a Brandon Miller. We also got a Vasily Micic, who has burned me the last couple of games. And then Trey Murphy is in that lineup too. I actually think this one might be able to hang a little bit. Let me see what somebody was saying to check my cards, but it still shows the. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Oh, neon, baby. Neon. Anyway, so that's what I'm rolling with this game week. A couple of other like throwaway things in there too, but that is my squad. Let's you bought cards for $30 and got $8 Herb Jones. There you go. That's This is a free $8, baby. It's a free $8. If you Rich man here, we want a little cash Oh, the birthday money. That's right, Robert. No, not birthday money. We won some underdog money this week, boys and girls. We sure did. So I gave some back to the community, to the community. Let's remind the people of the giveaway here from our guy, Maddie Harrison, who is giving away a Trae Young. And while we do that, we're going to open up a little Drift and Flow, it's called. A little Common Roots Brewing Company. Where's Common Roots out of? New York. In New York. There we go. Yeah, 8K is a hell of a haul. Yeah, we won like 2K the night before, and then it was like 7,600 the next night. We were on a heater. We were on underdog, baby. There was a $5 tournament, mother. We came in second place for 3,750. We won a side contest for 2K. We had a nice night. Okay. But there you go. That is the giveaway. That's for the Trae Young. We're also going to be doing a rare tier card. The Trae Young is a limited, but we are going to be doing another one as well. So there you go. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Multitasking. All right, we're back. Let's dive into top tier projections. I don't believe our buddy Buddy Beats has an update yet over on Momentum Labs. Let me do a refresh over there. I'm sure that's coming here momentarily. So why don't we go over to our good friend Billy the Kid Jackson? We'll look at some of the projections over there on I almost logged out. Not trying to log out, bro. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Thank you, DJP. That's right. Sign up for the VIP. There's a link in the chat. Or in the bio, in the what's it called? The description. All right, let's go. Let's do it. So let's sort by value here at first. Let's do this. So Vasily Micic for like the third week in a row. Let's allow them cookies, by the way. Num. Vasily Micic seems to be the guy that projects the best here with a cap of 12, projection of 30. That's giving you the most value. So this Pajemski projection is kind of interesting. He's got a cap of 17, projection of 33. I wonder if they are thinking Golden State, who has 2 games this weekend. Although, no, I guess tonight's the back end of the back-to-back, right? I'd be a little thin. I think this play is a little thin. Not that you can't play Pajemski. I think this projection's a little thin. I know his minutes has gone up. But I think if Steph and Draymond are playing both of these games this weekend, I wouldn't love Pajemski as much. I wouldn't love him as much. Brandon Miller, though, he's been on a litle bit of a heater, right? He is the entire offense. He is the entire fucking offense of the Charlotte Hornets, so he's going to do a little bit more. Alexandra Sarr, cap of 26, he projects for 40. You got Ice Trae in there with some value, cap of 37, projection of 49. Isaiah Hartenstein's up in there. Let's see if there's other cheap ones. Jared Butler, that's another interesting Wizard piece. I honestly haven't watched a ton of Jared Butler. Don't know how much of Kyle Kuzma's potential return to the rotation impacts Jared Butler's minutes. If the chat knows, good luck. NH says, why Sarr? I think it has more to do with them having 2 games, and his cap has come pretty low. I mean, Sarr has been playing like plenty of minutes, It's not like he's still running around out there. I think one of their games is like a decent matchup, if I remember correctly. Like Sarr right now, his cap is all the way down to 26. I mean, his recent performances are 25 and 28. I think I don't hate it. It's not my favorite play. Golden State, they play in the Wolves, not back-to-back, but both games this week. Yeah, but it gave us the check mark for back-to-back. I wonder if it's because they played last night. That's what I was saying, but I don't know. Let's keep looking here, see if there's anything else that pops. Some of these lower guys. You've got Malik Monk into the starting lineup. That's noteworthy. We get down to Moses Moody. I mentioned him. Johnny Farfurphy. He's got a cap of 7, projection of 16. I don't know. There's not a ton of great value, though, this week. It's a lot of mid-range plays. Wizards play the Nuggets. There we go. There you go. The Denver Nuggets. Not really known for your defense right now, as you gave up 1 million points last night to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Why don't we get into some of these questions, though? Trash European is asking about Julian Phillips. Without looking it up, I don't think he's a good play. If Kobe White misses again, maybe he gets a little bit more run, but like the guys like with Giddy back, he's going to cap a 9. He projects for just under 9. So I don't think I would go there. Trent was asking, Trent, are you just listing all of the players? I wanted to talk about Santi Aldama for a second, just because he's been playing pretty well here. His cap's all the way up to 30 though, so we don't love that as much. Trey Murphy's cap's at 30, and he projects for 10 more points. So I think Trey is the play. I will say though, every single week, projections seem to really love Trey Murphy, and I don't know how often he gets there. So something to think about there. What's up with BI? Well, he played the most recent game, so I don't really know. Goga, I don't think I would go to Goga. He's going to cap a 28, projection at 32. So projections will tell you Trey Murphy, Aldama, or Goga. I think there's a pretty big tier gap between the Murphy and Aldama and Goga. And then I would take Jimmy Butler over Kessler. I would. Is Plumlee still a good play? I don't know, actually. Well, Nurk is still going to miss some time, but Plumlee's ceiling's pretty limited, I think. But he's got a cap of 15, projects for 22. People are asking about Bagley. I don't know what is up with him. He's got a cap of 4. He projects for 8 fantasy points. Good luck figuring out the Wizards rotation. For whatever reason, all of the Wizards project. So good luck with that. What about Josh? I don't think you can go that way. Josh got a little bit of run because of the Timberwolves beating the Los Angeles Clippers the other night by 500. And so because of that, they really got into their bench. I don't think you can play Josh Minute on this one though. Ricky Council the 4th, or is it the 6th? I can't remember. It is the 4th. He's got a cap of 10. He projects for 0. I don't know why it says that they have 0 games. They played a night. I wonder if Ricky Council was ruled out. Give me a second here. If I missed that news. No, he projects for 6 points. I don't know why he has a projection of 0 with 0 games. That's interesting. Let me see Maxi quickly. That's weird. All right. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. That's weird. Weird on Council. I think Council probably projects for 6. So I don't love it, but I don't hate it. All right, let's go to the MVPs. Somebody's asked about the MVPs. We sort by projection. So Jokic here with 2 games, cap of 64, projects for 64. Wemby already been ruled out. So do I need to do a hard refresh on these projections? Has it's still got Wemby for 2 games? Wemby's going to cap at 57, a projection of 64, but you can't play Wemby in my opinion. I would rank them Jokic, AD, Giannis. Yeah, you can see here they have AD projected over Giannis too. I just kind of think LeBron sits, and maybe that hurts Anthony Davis because you're afraid that they just get run out the gym, but they are playing Atlanta. I don't know if Atlanta can run people out the gym. And then you see Jason Tatum's next up, followed by Brandon Miller, Shea, Tyrese Halliburton. I just want to stress too, I mean, the Pacers and Bulls are teams that perennially let us down. But that total's crazy. I mean, it's 16 more points than the next closest game. So something to keep in mind. Ryan was asking, since we were talking about Anthony Davis, I kind of like D'Lo if LeBron is going to get ruled out, right? He's going to cap at 24. He projects for 31. If LeBron gets ruled out, I think that jumps up to 33 to 34. No Austin Reeves. We know that, right? Lutex is asking about Shake Milton. He's going to cap a 14. He projects for 4. So probably can't go to Shaq. Vooch, Steph, or Hallie. Yeah, I actually think it's Halliburton, but I think I would rank them without looking yet. Hallie, Vooch, Steph. I think Steph's coming in 3rd. Don't love that matchup tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Of course, Steph can beat any matchup, but it makes me a little bit nervous. Hallie projects for 51. Vooch projects for 44. And Steph, that's not how you spell Steph. Steph projects for 47. So I actually think I like the Vooch matchup. I do, but I think it's actually Halliburton. I think you got to go Hallie there. Jabari Walker projection. Okay, Trent, are you just listing every guy you own over there, Trent? He's got a cap of 6. He projects for 12. There you go. There's some Jabari. Jaden Ivey. Yeah, Jaden Ivey's fine. The problem is his cap came up a little bit, right? Cap of 32, projects for 25. I always like Jaden Ivey. He's one of my favorite players right now, but I don't know. I think you can probably find better options there. We're talking about Jared McCain, the TikTok star himself, the Dookie grad. Not really grad. Cap at 33, projection of 29. Should I buy Kobe White or Danny White is questionable. Yeah, I honestly, Tristan, I don't really love either. Well, Kobe White, if he plays, is an awesome play. So hopefully we get that news beforehand, right? Kobe White projects for 38. Who was the other guy you said that I wasn't? Oh, Denny. Denny, man, when they're all healthy, they just kind of yank his minutes around. He projects for 30. I would obviously like Kobe White a little bit better. But if we go to that 32 cap-ish range, like I like Miles Turner, Hartenstein, Trey Murphy, Rudy Gobert, Paul George, like all of those guys a little bit more than that. A little bit more than that. Max Christie. I mean, Max Christie probably gets a nice little boost if LeBron, again, gets ruled out. Right now, he's got a cap of 14 and projects for 17. Maybe that goes up to 19 to 20 if he's out. Windy City was asking about a contender lineup. Malik Monk, Hartenstein, Council, Bain, Simon. Sound good? It sounds good. It sounds good. What about Zach Collins? I hadn't really thought about Zach Collins. He's got a cap of 50. Well, these projections aren't super helpful right now when they're not updated. Let me check the other thing. All right, let me check my underdog ranks for Collins tonight. What do they have him at? They only like 14. You know what? You know who we should talk about here for a second that I don't know if projections are going to show? What's his cap? Jeremy Sohan's probably a nice pivot tonight. I'm actually going to see what that looks like on the marketplace here, because I think let me see something. Jeremy Sohan. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to buy a Jeremy Sohan right now. Jeremy Sohan, I think, could play some small ball 5 tonight. And like, again, this is like an I know balls thing, right? This projections aren't going to tell you this. But I could see them playing Jeremy Sohan a little bit bigger, right? And if they do that, 2 things happen. One, that like kind of dwarfs what Zach Collins can do. It also makes Sabonis a little bit better. It makes Sabonis a little bit better, because if he's going up against Sohan, he's going to eat. He's going to absolutely eat. 80 to score more than 13 points. Anthony Davis, yeah, I think he could do that. Gabe Vincent is trash European. I don't think we could play Gabe Vincent this week. Gabe Vincent, was he out? Gabe Vincent might be ruled out tonight. Let me see. He projects for 12. What's going on with do I have a filter on this or something? Oh, there it is. All right, Gabe. Yeah, cap of 8, projection of 11. Yeah, probably, again, maybe gets a little bit of a boost if LeBron's out. Do you think Yves Misty drops off now that the Pels are getting bodies back? No, I mean, he still played last night, right? He still started with, I think, until Zion comes back. But if we go to, let's look at last night's box score. The Pelicans actually won a game against the Suns last night. Yves got the start, played 25 minutes, had 9 points, 12 boards. So I think they're still going to rely on him. Nick saying, I'm scared of Trey. I see a 10-10. Well, listen, if you are scared of Trey, I get it, because he has turned the ball over. But let me remind you something. The Lakers haven't played defense in a month. So best under 31. Hart has 1 game, so I'm scared. Under 31? Wait, like Hartenstein or Josh Hart? Who, I don't know which one that one is. All right, so Hartenstein. I mean, Trey Murphy. I would play Hartenstein with 1 game. I wouldn't care. I would still play Hartenstein. Rudy Gobert is a decent shout too. Trey Murphy, probably. I'd rank them Trey Murphy, Hartenstein. No, I'd still go with Hartenstein. That'd be my favorite one. We just mentioned Sohan. Sorry, I was a little bit behind. I would take Hartenstein over Ayton, Tyrese Maxey. We looked up. I think he projects for 44 tonight. 46, excuse me. They did get Paul George back, so that maybe slows it down a little. Watch it. Yabu do. Yabusele projects for 30. Cap of 23 projects for 30. Not bad. Marvin Bagley, we talked about, guys. I don't think I'm not comfortable playing Marvin Bagley. Cap of 4, projection of 8. Maybe it works. Maybe it works, but I don't love it. I don't love it. Let's see. Dosunmu, great play with it. Yeah, I mean, Ayo Dosunmu, I think, put up a near triple-double last night, right? So, but yeah, I mean, you could get away with Ayo. I think that might be a little box score hunt, but they're in a great environment. Cap of 25, projection for 30. Let's look at Giddey, too. Giddey, cap of 26, projection of 33. Levine, cap of 36, projection of 40. Like all those Bulls, especially if Kobe White misses, get a boost. I would take Desmond Bane over Kyle Kuzma. We just don't know if Kuz is going to play. Caleb Martin, is he back? Let's see. Caleb Martin, cap of 21, projection of 19. There you go. No, Sohan's back. Vassell is out. Let's see. Is Pirtle is questionable for tomorrow. Saloon out. I mean, I think it just boosts guys like Seth Curry, probably Seth Curry gets a little bit more minutes. I do think like Musa Diabate and Mark Williams get a little bit of a boost, although Mark Williams has only been playing a handful of minutes. So it's probably not a play yet. Somebody's asking about Deuce McBride. We can look up Miles. Miles has a cap of 32, projection of 38. I will say, though, if you want to, like, I know ball it a little bit, Brunson is questionable tomorrow. If Brunson misses, Deuce is going to play like 35 minutes, right? So I think that's a fun play. I would take Hartenstein over Monk. I would take Trey Murphy over Porzingis just because I'm like Porzingis missing tonight makes me nervous, you know. I thought for sure he was going to play in this game against the Bucks, so that makes me nervous. Trent was saying rank. You take Hartenstein over Murphy. Even I would, Sean. I mean, I would, but I get it. I get it. Oh God, I don't really like Luke Cornett's in last place. I think I probably Plumlee, Huff, Achua, Collins, Cornett. That's what I would do. Risa Shea, Josh Green, or I'd go Jaime. Actually, Miami's getting a little bit healthier, right? Let's see this one. Risa Shea projects for 24. Green projects for 20. Jaime projects for 21. So there you go. Projections will tell you. Zachary Risa Shea, cap of 15, projects for 22 there. Cool winners. That's Plum Dog Millionaire. Anthony Davis projects for a lot. He projects for 58. Simons projects for 35. The Simon stuff, I think, is flimsy, though. Like, his minutes are all over the place. What's up, Lifelong? Yeah, so the 2 games work, they take the best score. So they don't combine them or anything like that. It's just whatever's the highest score. Giddey is probable. I do think he's going to play. But I think Mark Williams is a good buy right now. His cap will come down with his current minutes. Yeah, I'm with you, Lutex. I don't know why Jared Butler's projecting. Nick Richards is questionable, so you have to be nervous with that. Goga projects for 32 points. Best under 20. Yeah, we'll sort by cap and just go down here. We'll do 20 and under. I know we normally do that at the top, so let's do that. All right, so the best 20 and unders here. Terry Rozier, Scoot Henderson, Obi Toppin. You got Buddy Hield, Herb Jones. But nobody really screaming for value here. Grayson Allen has a cap of 18. He projects for 27. That's pretty nice. Lonzo Ball's back, it looks like, but his minutes are limited. I don't love that. That's really it for the 18 range. 17 range, you've got Brandon Pajemski. Again, I think that's flimsy. I think Looney is flimsy too. Kevin Huerter, I actually don't love any of these. Jarris Walker, maybe I like the most. Luke Kennard, we already know is questionable. Yeah, these are tough, man. Keyshawn George, Julian Strother. Julian Strother gets a little bit of a boost. If you want to get weird, Strother gets a boost if we think Jamal Murray misses. Also, Russ, man. Russ could be decent too. What else we got? Cat and Simons or Booker and Turner. I would go Booker and Turner. Cat's definitely got the highest ceiling of those 4 guys. But I think Turner has 50 in him. Grayson Allen over Huerter for sure. Mathurin, man, like, dude, if you'd be fucking rich if you could figure out Mathurin. I can never figure him out. He's got a cap of 29. He projects for almost 40, but like his floor is just so low. Bogdan projects for 27.5 there. Grayson Allen over Huerter for sure. You probably got to rank these Suggs, Porzingis, Ivy. I'm just like, again, your Suggs projects for 40, right? Porzingis projects for 38, but we already know he's been ruled out for 1 game. So yeah, I'd go Suggs, Porzingis, Ivy. Isaac, I don't know, man. Isaac's questionable too. I don't really love Jonathan Isaac. Cap of 23 projects for 28, sure. Just like, I hate playing guys that only play like 15 minutes, you know? Mobley we haven't talked about yet. I don't even know how many games. Cavs have 2 games. All right, cap of 38, projection 45, back-to-back. Yeah, there you go. You can do it. I know, man. I can't figure out Mathurin. You know how we know it's a fluke that I won that 8K? It's because of Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris had a good game. So, if anything, that was fluky. All right, let's remind the people here as we are about a half hour into this show. Can you believe it? A half hour already. 30 minutes of gold. Let's take a look at the giveaway here. This is for a Trae Young. We're going to be giving this one away in 15 minutes. 15 minutes we're going to be giving it away. So go ahead and do that. Matthew, I won it on Underdog. A different platform. It was like the $5 main contest that came in second. Came in second in that one. And then I won a side contest too. Let me check. Andre Drummond still questionable. Okay, whatever. But yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, Tobias Harris saved me. He saved me. I actually think I would take Jalen Suggs over Trey Murphy. I think I would. I think the Trey Murphy, I'm playing Trey Murphy, but I really like Suggs against Philly tonight. I'm a little bit nervous about the just what the Pelicans rotations are going to look like with everybody coming back. It's just a lot more minutes. Bane, I thought we had looked that up. My apologies. I thought we had looked that up already. I'm trying to wait to see if we get an update here from any of our friends. And then what Bane right now has a cap of 25. He projects for 34. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. I am going to this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go build some lineups over here. You guys are going to help me out a little bit. Especially because I just bought that. So Jeremy Sohan, I just bought him. So I need your help. The Polish sensation. I kind of almost want to put him in my rare here. Would you play Sohan over Ayton? I don't really love DeAndre Ayton right now. And if we got rid of Ayton, what does that do for us? I kind of like Sohan over Ayton. I think, why does it always do this? All right, there we go. We got AD, Moody, Turner, Sohan, Jalen Johnson. I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to do it. Let's throw it in there, girl. All right. And then I think what we'll do is we'll go over to our rare contender. We'll throw Ayton in there because we got to. I think if we can take out Vassell, and I think we have enough cap room to do that. If we take out Vassell, can we get Ayton in there? Oh, we're just off. Damn it. I mean, Vassell probably plays the second game. They just don't want him doing the back-to-back, but that sucks. I think we might let it ride, though, because I don't think there's anybody else that I really like, right? When we were looking at projections, it's not like there was anybody with that cap of 28, 29, like the best. Yeah, there's like no, let's see. We could get out. No, we're not buying a SAR. Jalen Suggs. Should we check the price points on Jalen Suggs? What do you guys think? Kuzma's just ruled out. All right, thank you, Lutex. Let's see, what is the price point on Suggs it up? Let's see. Market. Let's see. It would have to be one of these. Suggs is 135. Get out of here. $89. I probably don't need to do that. I do like Suggs though. We'll roll with Ayton. We'll roll with Vassell. What I do like though, what I like about this is that who wins from Kuz being out, dude? Good luck, man. It's the Wizards. Good luck. What I do like about rolling out both Vassell and Keldon Johnson is that they kind of like both benefit. You know what I mean? Like Keldon benefits tonight, so we'll do it. And then what was the other one? Limited champ. Brandon Miller, Trey Murphy, Micic, Trae Young. There's nothing you'd upgrade here, right? Miller, Jokic, Trey Murphy, Vasily Micic. I think we just roll with that. I do think I have a Sohan, though. I feel like I need to build. Let's build a limited. Let's build. Oh, wait. I went to daily. Shit. Let's go to pro. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. We got plenty of time for questions, so don't worry if you're freaking out. This is the this was the champion. All right, let's do discover new comps. Let's go. I don't even have a ton of limited, so I think I'd have to go shopping, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to shop. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have for in season. Do we have a Hartenstein? Do we have anything else? Is that the only in season? We have a Koulibaly. Koulibaly benefits a little bit. Do we have any great cheap plays here? Do we have another Micic actually? Oh no, Jovic. Let's see. Because that leaves us with an average of 21. Let me see what I have for cheapos here. Because I might buy a few more things here. Precious could be kind of fun, right? Gary Payton is questionable. We might get some Gary Payton minutes. I don't think so. Julian Phillips. No, I don't think we're gonna go. I don't think we're gonna spend anything. We do have a Marvin Bagley though. Okay, hold on. Marvin Bagley, that leaves us with 30. All right, maybe we'll figure it out after. What's Sohan's limited? Oh, let's do it this way. What's Sohan's limited? Maybe we'll win some shit here. Browse offers. Let's browse the offers. What are Sohan? Beware the Sohan. $22? That feels like too much, right? 22 feels a little too much. Feels like a little too much. Let's see. Jack, relax, baby. Don't you worry, Jack Woodward. I'll get to you. We can go back over to projections. Best 20. I mean, didn't we just do that? I feel like we just did the 22 and under. Did you ask a question and then run away? Best 22 and under. You're going to see Vasily Micic, cap of 18, projection of 30. Pajemski, cap of 16. Micic has a cap of 12, projection of 30. Podgod, 17, projection of 33. We scroll down a little bit further. You see Jared Butler. I don't really love that, though. Grayson Allen, cap of 18. Kevon Looney, cap of 17. Those both project well. There's some options. Also, I was talking about Simons earlier, guys. I forgot, man. Simons' cap is all the way down to 24. So that is a little bit better. And you're right. We do need a mental health check. I also need a sip of my drink. Here, let's take a break. We can't go down this road. We can't talk about like how you need to have had sex in order to have responsibility. I just think it changes you, I think it changes you. There we go. Whoa, Sohan's only 12 on the market. Is that so? Is that so with the manager sales? But not in season though, right? Yeah, I wanted the in season one. Herb Jones, huh? You want a little Herb Jones? I don't know. I mean, I guess they did play him 30 minutes, so you can do it. You can do it if you need to. Let's see. Herb Jones. Let's see. Why? Herb Jones. Did the Pelicans not have a game? So why is... Oh, is it Herbert? God damn it. Cap of 19, projection of 21. There you go. Brandon Miller projects better than Trae Young. I love Trae Young tonight. He's one of my favorite plays, but Brandon Miller's got to be the guy. Curry, Bam, LeBron, or Brown. I would rank them like this. Curry, LeBron, Bam, Brown. I just don't think LeBron's playing tonight. Again, I'm really hoping he's not playing tonight. Let's refresh here. Magic are starting... We've got Magic are starting Suggs, KCP, Franz, Carter Jr. Wow, Carter and Goga starting next to each other. The big motherfuckers. You got Okoro's questionable. Brogdon's out. The Coos is out. Drummond remains questionable. Okay. What else we got here from my party people? Here. What do we got? It's in the in-season on the manager. That's right. I was just looking at that, no? I was just looking at it. I'm in season. Sohan. Now it's popping up. Wow, that's so weird. I wonder if somebody just listed it. Interesting. Oh, they only want ETH, though. I can't give them. Can't give them any. Can't give them my ETH. Can't do it. All right, Hallie or Booker. I'm going to take... Wow, man, that's tough, dude. I think I'm taking Halliburton. Let's see what the projections say. It's scary, though. Halliburton projects for 51. Booker projects for 44. There you go. Hallie it up. What do you think about SGA, Brandon Miller, Levine, Hartenstein? Yeah, that sounds great, Sean. That's great. Yeah, let's look at Keldon. Although I don't think it's going to be updated here. He's got a cap of 24, projection of 25. When was the last time? It says it was updated. Is that 209? So maybe it is updated with Wemby being out. Yeah, they did dock Wemby. Okay. So let's look at... All right. So Keldon projects for 29 now. Keldon Johnson projects for 29 now. Sohan projects for 37. Yeah, those Spurs are going to be great plays now. Chris Paul projects for 33. That's not as good. Zach Collins, you were asking about earlier, he projects for 20. So there you go. There's your Spurs update. I'm not buying any of your shit, Sunshine. I'll buy it for you if you want. No, that's okay. You don't have to do that. Brunson or Booker. I think you're going to go Booker over Brunson, especially because we don't know about Brunson's health. He's questionable for tomorrow. Dyson Daniels first. I forgot to do Dyson Daniels. Sorry, buddy. Dyson, cap at 34, projection at 36.5. I kind of like Dyson tonight. I feel like he could run amok against that Lakers team. D'Lo out there just whipping the ball around. And then what was the other one you asked about? MPJ. You know what we'll do while I look that up? Let's do a little Porter's drop, huh? Let's do a little Porter's.
We're the Porters. We share the crowd of up and down performers, throwing things in buzzer beater corners. And one of us is playing for the Warriors. We're juniors and we're the Porters.
Yeah, MPJ projects for 39, almost 40. Probably gets a little bit of a boost if Jamal Murray does sit tomorrow. Sohan or Paul George? Yeah, I think it's still Paul George, but it's close. Yes, George is 41 right now. Sohan projects for 38. So I would lean Paulie P, but it's close. That is close, especially because Sohan's been playing or is probably going to play big tonight, I think. Thoughts on it? If AD, yeah, I said that. I already answered this. It's Hershey. Yes, I think he can score more than 13 points tonight. D'Lo, I would take D'Lo over Tumani Kamara for sure, and then I would take Halliburton over Bam as well. I would Halliburton again, guys. Like I know it doesn't feel good, feels good, but Halliburton, if you look at just straight projections, is like the 7th highest guy. It goes Jokic, Anthony Davis, Giannis, Tatum, Wembanyama, SGA, Brandon Miller. Halliburton projects better than Luka, which that's drug related. Halliburton's got 2 games. Luka's only got 1. Hallie projects better than Jalen Johnson, Franz Wagner, Trae Young, Fox, Sabonis, Jaylen Brown, Curry, Shingut. Like, I think you got to do it. You got to do it. Ricky Council, yeah, 6 points. It wasn't showing up in here earlier, but let's see if it's not showing up. I've got him on my my math has Ricky Council for like 6 or 7. Yeah, I feel like Porzingis is going to play tomorrow. I'm just surprised they didn't have him play tonight. That makes me think they're going to rest Al tomorrow, and they wanted Al for the Bucks matchup, I guess. But I do think he's gonna play. Dennis Schroeder. Dennis projects for 37, but he's been kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Schroeder lately. The Wizard stuff, man, I don't really know. Let's see if they don't have it updated yet. I don't think on here, do they? Oh, they do. Okay, so let's look at like Bilal Coulibaly projects for 28. Let's see. Poole projects for 39. People were asking about Bagley earlier. He still projects for 8. Jonas projects for 25, so it's not really getting the boost. How about Bub Carrington? Is Bub hurt? I missed that. Is Bub hurt? Yeah, so Kispert, maybe we can look him up. Projects for 25. You just can't play anybody in Washington, for being honest. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe it helps him out a little bit, but not like I still want to play good guys. He's gonna so it jumped up to 19 now, projection of 19. So there you go. There you go. Projection of 19, baby. We got about 20, 25 minutes or so before our guy, Worldwide Wob, is going to be joining the show for the second half where we dive into the slate a little bit more. We're probably not going to get to as many questions once that part of the show starts. The first hour's for you guys. Second hour, a little bit more dialogue. But if you guys have any more questions, keep firing them into the chat here. We're actually going to do our first giveaway right now. So if you win this, you're going to DM me your username, your Sorare username, and proof that this is you. But this is going to be for the Trae Young, that our guy Matty Harrison is beautifully donating to the community. We got 128 entrants right now. DJP, I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Let me see. Can we do a sub check here? Let's do a sub check on my end. We are at 2,911. So you're going to like the stream, subscribe to the channel. Let me see if we got any more injury news that dropped here in the last few minutes. Nothing, man. I really hope LeBron James does not play tonight. Need him to sit. All right, we're gonna spin this thing. Let's spin it for Trae Young. And if you send your username to me right now, Maddie wants to get this to you before lineups lock so you can use the Trae Young. Jaime Xavier. Let's go. Or is it Jamie? Jaime or Jamie? I guessed Jaime. Let's go, Jaime. Listen, shoot me a DM at Mike Zakarian. You can do it on Twitter, or you can join the Discord here. By the way, if you guys haven't joined the Discord, we have a pretty active Sorare NBA channel. Come hang out over there. We're going to drop it in there right now. Where's Jaime? Yeah, there he is. There's the winner right there. Let's go. Let's go. Go ahead and shoot me a DM, buddy. Shoot me a DM so we can get you that. Patrick Coyne in the house. Yeah, Middleton returns tonight. That's right. Patrick Coyne, BT Dubs. We're going to be in Viva Las Vegas for the NBA Cup in less than 2 weeks. So if you guys are going to, I don't know if anybody out there in the So Rare NBA community is going, whether you're going on your own or if you win the raffle. I think we're drawing the raffle soon, right? But if you win and you're going to be out there, make sure you let us know. Just confirmed my tickets for the games on Saturday and Monday today. Had to update my reservation because I'm now getting out there on Saturday. So if you are coming to hang out, we're going to do a couple of different meetups that week. So make sure you hit me up. Hit me up. And Jaime, if you're in the chat, make sure. Wait, is this? Or you DM me right now? Let's go. Congrats to Jaime. Jaime, do me a favor. Well, I'm gonna do this in real time. No, it's just I'm going solo, Patrick. I'm going solo. Hold on. I'll tell you what I'm sending them in DMs. Send me screenshot of your YouTube handle with you logged in, so I know it's you. And then send me your So Rare username. Only reason is because some of you fucks don't win the giveaway and then try to steal it. You try to steal it from me. Also, if you're like, holy shit, the giveaway's over, I didn't win anything, we still have a rare tier card that we're going to be giving away here in a second. I don't know, what should the hashtag be for this one? What should the hashtag be for this bad boy? Let's see. What should it be? What should it be? I don't know. You guys have any suggestions here in the chat? So fire up the next giveaway. What's the hashtag going to be? You guys are useless. You're just asking questions instead. Unreal. 40? All right. Let's just do 40. All right. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel. Hashtag 40. Put that in there. Oh, 8K would have been good. 8K would have been good, but this is what we're doing. We're doing 40. That's going to be the rare tier card here in a little bit. That Sorare steps up and turns my Vegas stream into all. Oh, there we go. It's Hershey. Make it happen. A couple of things here. Derek White or Darius Garland was asked. Santi Aldama or Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder projects better than Santi Aldama does. All right, there we go. There we go. I think we're good here. Yep, we're good. All right, let's see. Sorry, I'm sending this to Maddie. And I lost my train of thought. All right, Maddie, just sent it over to you. Oh, you were talking about, somebody asked about Garland here. So Garland projects for 40. Derek White projects for 42. Derek White actually projects a little bit better. So there you go. There you go. There's your answer. There's your answer. As people are putting hashtag 40 into the chat. We got 47 of you in there already for the giveaway. Let me pull the projections back up. If you guys have more questions, feel free to fire those in there. Let me see. Westbrook or Sohan? I think you go Sohan. I mean, Westbrook would be a nice touch, but you're really banking on Jamal Murray being out. I do kind of think Jamal Murray's going to sit, but I think I like that. I think I like it a little bit more. Bane or Royce O'Neal or Monk and Herter? Oh, Bane and Royce. Yeah, I'm doing a little party with a small party. Just getting together with some friends tomorrow, actually, at a bar in Brooklyn. So that's where I'll be tomorrow night. I'm not telling you which one because I don't want you perverts showing up. I don't want you Josh Giddey showing up. Trey and Mobley or Halliburton? Yeah, it's going to be Halliburton and White. Halliburton and White for sure. It's hard not to play Halliburton, man. He's supposed to pop. Anthony Edwards, yeah, we haven't talked about him. He actually doesn't project super well. I believe they only have they do have 2 games. Cap of 44, projection of 44. So he's fine. But there are a lot of guys in that range that project a little bit better. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Germ. I don't think he's playing in both. Let's see what Westbrook projects for right now. He projects for 25 right now. You know what sucks? If Westbrook's cap was like 24, he'd be like an elite play this weekend. I think at 30, like even if Russ has a good game, what's his ceiling right now with Jokic? Like 42? which you'd take 42, right? Oh, damn, you were in New York in September? Come on, ukulele. Should have let me know. D'Lo or Keldon Johnson, man, that's a good one. Hold on, let me get back to this. Dennis Schroeder, Poole, CP3, rank them for me this game week. Poole, Schroeder, CP3. Best 45 and under. It's this guy right here. It's this guy right here. All right, best 45 and under. Let's sort by cap here. Sorry, guys, trying to check a bunch of stuff at the same time. What did we say? Best 45 and under? It's probably Halliburton again, if we're being honest. What's his cap? Brunson projects for 37. He's got the injury concern. Maxey projects for 46. Edwards for 44. Sabonis for 47. I really do like Sabonis tonight going against Sohan. I think we could build a fun pick'em slip for that. But Halliburton projects the best. Cap of 41, projection of almost 51. Jalen Johnson or Şengün, man. Jalen Johnson's been so damn good, right? Jalen Johnson projects for 49.7. The Goon projects for 47. That being said, actually, how many games do the Hawks have? The Hawks have 2 games. All right, normally I think I would take Şengün over Jalen Johnson, but with the Hawks having 2 games, the Rockets only having 1, I'd go that way. Pritchard's still good to go, or is his cap too high? Back-to-back helps. Back-to-back helps, but like Pritchard's cap is getting pretty up there. He's got a cap of 30, projects for 28. He's kind of like, that's a little high for me. Am I winning 2 champions in a row with Joker, Mr. Did you win the last champions? Holy shit. That's a pretty good lineup, man. Although we might be splitting. We almost have the same lineup. I have Joker, Miller, Trey, Micic, but I have Trey Murphy instead of Hartenstein. Bagley and Simons, or guys, I'm not trusting the Bagley stuff. I'm not. Oh, but Bagley and Simmons, or Butler and O'Neal. Ben Simmons? Who's the Simmons? What Simmons is that? It's definitely Butler and O'Neal. Christie, Huff, or Plum Dog? Man, good luck. If LeBron is out, I think I would go Christie. Assuming LeBron plays, I would go Plum Dog. You met Gordon Hayward in the hotel. What did you guys do in the hotel? What did you and Gordon Hayward do in that hotel, ukulele? What did you do in that hotel, ukulele? Yeah, Times Square is the worst. Oh, it's Jared Butler. Oh, or Anthony Simons and Bagley. Fuck, man. I guess Anthony Simons and Bagley. I don't feel good about him, though. I don't feel good about him. I love that we had to change it, though, because it was 4 straight games of 20, and then he only scored 19, so now it's 5 straight games of 19 or more. If he scores 16 next game, we're going to be like 6 straight games of 16 or more. Best play under 20. Yeah, I'd go Keldon. I think Keldon's the best play, and I really like the Keldon play tonight. I really do. Karis LeVert is good. I mean, you're so focused on what he can do off the bench, though. Cap at 24, projection 26. I do think he has a ceiling of like 35. You know, if you run into some good vibes here. Do they have how many games do they have? 2 games. It is a back-to-back. Maybe they rest Mitchell or Spider for a game. That gives them a boost. I think Ty Jerome being back slows down some of it off the bench. But yeah, I think Karis is fine there, Kobe. What's up, Snoop? What's up, Snoop? Quick update on the value plays. There are none. Figure out what to do with Washington, Vasily Micic. That's really it. There's not like a ton of there's not a ton of value right now. I think Max Christie's an interesting one. Oh, and the Spurs, like Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, even Zach Collins. I don't love Zach Collins, but that's fine too. Do a quick refresh here. Trae Young available. All right, that's not helpful. That means we should be getting the Lakers stuff like any minute now, right? There you go, Weisberg. Speaking of Weisberg, playback right after this. If you want to watch some Celtics and Bucks, right after this, we have the VIP show. By the way, if you guys haven't signed up for the VIP yet, it is an awesome way to support us. It's a good way to support the gang. You get a handful, usually daily. Usually daily. It was not daily this week because I turned 40. But like a daily stream breaking down some of the best plays of the day. But on Fridays, we do a live after dark show that's VIPs only. It's right after this show ends. We give away another rare tier card. We just kind of hang out for a half hour to 45 minutes. So go do that. So, and then go watch the Bucks Celtics over on playback. Trey Murph, Miles Turner, Isaiah Hartenstein. Listen, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because Miles Turner, I never get right. I never get it right. I think it's Miles Turner, though. I think I'd rank them Miles Turner, and then it's either Hartenstein and Murphy. I can't really tell. Could you spend a minute reminding NBA? Joker Rock doing everything he can to try to get the Grizzlies to trade Marcus Smart. Yeah, Royce O'Neal projects fine, I think. Grayson Allen seems to be the better bench play for the Suns right now, but Kappa 23 projects for just under 30. Good luck, no name. Good luck figuring out what Joel Embiid's going to do. Let's see if they haven't projected. They haven't possibly projected to play the second game, but look at that, man. Kappa 48 projection of 37.5. So I don't know. It's dicey waters there. Dicey waters. Thank you, Ron. Ron, are you in the 40 club? You look good for 40, Ron. Unless that photo is from 15 years ago. The best centers for daily, it's the big boys. Anthony Davis, obviously. Giannis, if he counts. You could get away with, I think Jonas Valanciunas is going to play some minutes. Alexander Sarr, Karl Anthony Towns. Well, Towns doesn't play tonight. Oh, actually, the Wizards don't play tonight either. Sorry. I forgot it was daily. No. Jesus, let me look at the schedule again. Oh, Sabonis. Sabonis is like one of my favorite plays tonight. I think you could get weird with Yabusele. I don't even know if he has a card, but Yabusele would be an interesting, like, cheap play. Al Horford, you figure out whatever Celtic. Miles Turner for sure. Nikola Vucevic, any of the Minnesota guys, all of those are good. Dude, glad you got it, man. Shout out to Jaime. Let's see, what else you got? Gigi Jackson back in February, man. Love it. Oh, hell yeah, Ron. Let's go, 40 Club. Daily is a scam. Robert, why are you mad? What happened, Rob? What happened, Big Shot Rob? Who hurt you? What happened in the daily game? I've done well with the Emirates Cup stuff. I've won some cold, hard cash. I don't hate it. What else do you guys have for me here as we are quickly approaching our guy, Worldwide Wob, joining us? Anybody have any like fun pick'ems for tonight? I kind of want to juice up Sabonis numbers here. I kind of like the Sabonis stuff quite a bit. I feel like he could go for like 20 rebounds tonight. I know they're on a back-to-back. That's the only thing that's hurting me. Any thought? Mike, did you have your headphones off? I just listed like 45 centers, Mike. All right, we got to do a mental health check. Hold on. Unreal. Unbelievable. But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. Unbelievable, Mike. Focusing on the booze. Juzang or Bassie? Man, prayers, bro. Probably Bassie here with the Wembanyama news here. Bassie projects for 14. What is Johnny Juzang? Juzang projects for 12. Yeah, I think I would lean Bassie. You got Joker Rock. My fun pick. Yeah, well, let's build a pick 'em quickly here before our guy Wob shows up. I mean, I'll clearly still answer your questions here, but let's build something a little bit spicy, shall we? All right, let's do this. I'm gonna share screen here. All right, here we go. Hold on, real quick. Let's go. My fun pick on Jalen Johnson, Derek White, Sohan, all rebounds and assists. Let's look at what is Sohan's numbers right now. Sohan is 10.5 rebounds and assists. What if we boost it? Oh, 14.5. You can't give me like 11.5, sir? All right, I'm staying away from Sohan for now. Simon's over 24.5 points is fun. Let's boost that up here. Oh, that's fun. 1.5. Let's do Sabonis here for a second. Sabonis, 19. What's his rebounds? 12.5. What's the next one we can get to? Let's do 16 boards. I think we're going to get a big old rebounding game from him. My only concern is they just beat the hell out of him, but I don't think that's going to happen. 16.5. Let's find another spicy one. Under on Middleton. What's Middleton's numbers, though? I'm no. I'm not. I'm the 8.5. Like he just always cooks us. Pritchard. Oh wait, hold on. Drew Holiday overthrew. Okay, the other one I had too. I've gone Giannis assist from this morning. We did this morning here. Let's do Giannis assist here. Yeah. Um, let's do Oubre assist. Oubre's got 1.5 dimes here. Well, oh, that's beautiful. And then let's do Holiday. Holiday 3.5 dimes. Holiday 3.5 dimes. We'll do that. This is fucking spicy. 49x, baby. 49x. It's not gonna let me do it here on my phone. I mean, I'm on the computer. So hold on real quick. We're doing this right now. Holiday 3.5 assists. Over Oubre over 1.5 dimes. We've got what was the other one that we said? Sabonis we moved up. Oh, Giannis dimes. Giannis, this is spicy as hell. Giannis dimes. We've got we did Oubre. Sorry. Sabonis 15.5 boards. Just juicing it up. And then Simons 24.5 points. That's sexual. This is a sexual pick'em. Oh, they already moved. Oh, 1.5. There we go. That's God, we're gonna do 15 to win 741. Are you kidding me? If you guys want to follow along here, I'm going to share a link into the chat. Obviously, if you are following along, all I can say is none of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right? I am not responsible for any of your L's, okay? But your wins I am responsible for. I'm going to drop this into the chat right now if you want to follow along. If you've never signed up for Underdog and you would like to, use promo code HOLD, HOLD, and you get a 100% deposit bonus match up to $1,000. So you get a free deposit bonus match up to $1,000 or 100%, excuse me. You also get a free pick'em, which is kind of fun too. All right, let me catch up on the chat here. Let's go back over to, let's fire up the giveaway one more time. Remind the people here what we're doing here for the giveaway, which is a rare tier card. Although, did I lose the, where's the giveaway? Oh, there it is. There we go. Hashtag 40 to get involved. All right, let me catch up on the chat. I missed the Kessler one. I'm sorry. Yabusele not listed as a center, only forward. That's rude. Let's see what else. The daily today is a scam because centers only get a 20% bonus on points, but 50% reduction. Oh yeah, that's weird. That is weird, Robert. That is weird. What else? I don't tell touts that only do hires. Love you, Mike. No, that's okay. What's up, Consigliere? Good to see you, sir. All right, I think I caught up. With the chitty chat. I think I caught up. All right. It feels good. I'm tired. I'm exhausted right now. All right. We're grinding. This is an hour in already. Okay. Hold on one second. Sorry. I'm sorry about that, guys. Trying to do what is the best 14 and under for Micic? That's not Micic, excuse me. Yeah, good luck, man. There's not a lot out there. I think Jared Butler's probably one of the guys. Zach Collins, I think, is 15, so that's not going to work. If we're sorting by cap already, would you say 14 and under? Like, yeah, it's not great. Max Christie, I will say if LeBron gets ruled out, which he freaking better, Max Christie does get a nice boost. I think that's pretty interesting. Bryce Sensabaugh, fine. I don't think so. Sam Merrill, Day'Ron Sharp. Day'Ron Sharp is going to pop at some point. I don't hate that. 12, yeah, Micic I mentioned. Timmy Hardaway Jr. is fine. See if there's anybody else here. Yeah, that's not a lot. There's not a lot. I think I'd go with Max Christie's probably my favorite there. Probably my favorite. Yeah, so Scoot does project pretty well, but the problem is he's questionable. So, like, we don't know if he's going to play. But Scoot does project well. What is the best thing? Alperin, I don't know, man. I really don't know what the best thing to do is. Bassey's fine. I think Bassey's fine. I think people are forgetting Jeremy Sohan is back. That changes things a little bit, but I'm fine with Bassey. You can roll with Bassey. I don't know what to do with the Essence. That's somebody else. I haven't opened anything with my Essence yet. I've just been saving it up. Lillard or Curry? Yeah, let's check the projections on that. Damian Lillard projects for 44.9. Stephen Curry projects for 47.6. Yeah, so I think you'd lean Steph there. Let's see, Desmond Bain or Anthony. I think I would lean Desmond Bain. I think I would lean Desmond Bain over Simons. I know Simons cap's 24, which is nice, but I think I still would lean. I would lean Bain there. You think T4 plus with Essence at all times? You're always ripping those? All right. Is Pajem like, I wouldn't say he's in a void. I don't want to say Pajemski's a terrible play because I don't think so. Like, if you told me this guy had a cap of 17 and projected for 25, I'd be like, yeah, that's a fine play. I think that's a fine play. But I just don't trust the projection of 33. So, and I might be wrong. I mean, I know he's coming off a double-digit rebound game the other night. That's a pretty high projection for somebody that hasn't been able to shoot the ball. All right, Taurean Prince still a game-time decision with an illness. I don't even know who would benefit the most from Prince missing time. I don't really know. Butler. All right, so is that Jimmy Butler or Jared Butler? I don't know which Butler that is. I think that's Jared Butler. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I would take Desmond Bain over to Yabusele for sure. I don't know, Trent. I think Butler over Walker, but I don't know. Yeah, my guess is Middleton's not playing more than like 12 to 15 minutes, right? And even that might be high. I expect Middleton not to be playing a ton here. LeBron James expected to play. Wow. LeBron in. Wow. That sucks. Going to take a huge L on underdog today, I think. Oh, well, LeBron Braun. Yeah, he's playing with the foot. I mean, it's not like he's been playing great anyway, so I'm not like super worried about it. It's just on underdog. He's projected like the third or fourth highest play overall. And I'm like, I'm not taking him over Tatum or Franz Wagner. Like, let's look at these projections right now. Let's look at these projections here. So, like, all right, so they have LeBron. Yeah, all right. So this makes you feel a little bit better. They have Luka, Tatum, or like who's playing tonight? Giannis, AD, Tatum, Franz, Fox. We still haven't seen LeBron yet, right? Jalen Johnson. Where's LeBron? LeBron's all the way down here. So like I feel fine with it. Oh yeah, you're down bad there. Oh, hangover down under. What's up, Charles? Thank you, Alexander. I've immediately ripped for 50 Essence 4 times and got who is Chamonch? Derek Jones Jr., Dalen Terry Jr. Who's that first guy? Never heard of that first guy. Kristaps is not playing. I don't think Kuminga's a good play here. I don't know what his cap is though. So I mean, a cap of 25 is probably not the worst. Cap of 25 projects for 30. I think I'd try to find another spot, but Robinson Earl projects for 7. I still don't know who it is. Like, even though you said his first name, I still don't know who that is. Let's see how many points Ulrich is projecting for. 0. Projecting for 0. Damn it. Didn't see that coming. Let's see what else. Anything else here? Chet check. Well, the Oklahoma City Thunder are in first place without Chet Holmgren. And you guys lost to the Golden State Warriors last night without Draymond Green and Steph Curry. So, Alperin, can I get a check on you? Let's do a mental health check for Alperin right now. Let's do one of these, huh? Oh, we already did that one. Let's do this one. I'm sorry this didn't come with a hand job. I just don't think it's included in the airdrops. That's stylistically, that's tough to include that in an airdrop. LOL. Look at the copium right here. We didn't have our 8th guy. There was the Dustin cameo. There he is right there. What's up, Dustin? Vooch is actually not projecting super great over here. He cap of 42, projection of 44, but I like Vooch Main tonight. I do. Yeah, he's been dominating the G League. There you go. Any day now. Any day now. There was something else I missed over here. Yeah, we're not playing Lindy. I like Desmond Bain out of all those guys. Who will go better? Oh man, I don't know, Justine. I like McCain projects for 29. Connect projects for 29 as well. I would I don't know. I think I like Dalton Connect a little bit more just because of the matchup tonight against Orlando. Like there's at least going to be more shot opportunities in the Lakers Atlanta game than there is in Philly Orlando. So that's why I would lean in that direction. But I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine with those rookies. But if Jalen Suggs all of a sudden is on the McCain assignment, he's it's not going to be great. It's not going to be great. You know it is great though. Look at this transition, just pro stuff and a fresh haircut. We got a fresh haircut, Rob.
Yes, desperately needed one.
All right, good.
Came through. Boy, you act quick. I was in here for 2 seconds before you brought me on. I got to put the live info in the chat so we can get this out and everything. But yes, fresh cut for a fresh week of NBA, I guess.
There we go.
Can I get any corner?
No, that was perfect. Oh wait, hold on. I don't want to share it like that. Let me get you set up. Do you have a nice little holiday?
Yeah, went back to the New York City area. Certainly don't need to go back there ever again. But other than that, it was fine. I got family over there, and it's just, first of all, NBA is on so late on the East Coast, so your hours get messed up covering it.
Yeah.
Number two, it's cold all the time. It gets dark at 4:15 p.m. I was just at the beach. I came back from the beach to join you, so you should feel like you can't be doing that in New York in December.
No, it's freezing today. This is like I will say you just missed out on good weather. Like it was 60 all through October and early November. The last 2 weeks it has been ice cold here in New York. It has been ice cold.
Someone in the chat said, I got a haircut today too. I just asked for the wob and got hooked up.
Nice.
Yes. Just I asked them take a number 3 buzzer and just go like the
3 all over.
And this is the result. I'm in and out in 3 minutes getting a haircut.
That's good. Well, A+ all around. All right, you should be good to go. I think.
Yes, I see. Let me get this out. You can take over talking for a couple minutes, and I'll join you in just a second.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna pull up Sorare again so we can like poke around in the market as we talk about some of these guys. And as the chat has questions, we'll do our best to get to them. But I figure what we do is just kind of poke around game to game tonight. We just got the news that I was crying over that LeBron James is going to play tonight. I felt pretty strongly when we got a Q tag yesterday that LeBron was going to sit. Yeah. And I was like, and they've been terrible. And I was like, maybe he's my age now. And I was like, maybe he's going to get a rest.
Just like you, I was anticipating him being out. So before I logged in to the stream, I put up every single Laker with the exception of Anthony Davis in their props, just in case the news dropped. I wanted to have it all loaded with the password ready to go and everything, so I could just hit one button in the event LeBron dropped. It was going to be Dalton Connect overs, D'Angelo Russell over, Rui overs. Of course, you want to have them in your Sorare lineup as well, but that was not the case. And usually when you get that Q tag, you're going to be out, right? When you were playing and the Q comes, that's I would say 70-30 chance that player sits, but not tonight.
Especially with the conversation like the last 3 or 4 days where they were like, JJ being adamant, we need to like rest this guy, and they've been terrible. And it was funny, like normally I try to, like I did this today with Wemby and the Spurs as Wembanyama was basically ruled out, where I was like, oh, the Kings are like 5.5 or 6.5 point favorites. I feel like Wemby's probably not playing tonight. When I saw the Hawks were 5.5 point favorites, my initial thought was like LeBron's definitely sitting, and then I was like, maybe not, man. They've just been so bad.
5.5 is a stretch. I know the Hawks have been playing well, and the Lakers are what they are, but 5.5 is a lot. That's usually in reservation for Utah Jazz hosting the Dallas Mavericks type of spread. Right. If there's any value there, it's got to be on the Lakers side if you're taking them as a dog. But you will not find me backing that team right now. So
No.
um,
I think there's still probably, from a Sorare perspective, fun places to attack with it, just because, as we've seen from highlights on X and wherever, the Lakers aren't really playing defense, so there should be a lot of points tonight.
can you pull up Keldon Johnson for me,
Yes,
please?
we were
Because
just talking about
you
him.
brought up Victor Wembanyama and Devin Vassell. Well, he's not officially out, Wemby, but he's doubtful. Vassell is out. And then, as someone that was invested in that previous San Antonio Spurs game, I had a lot on Jeremy Sohan. Keldon Johnson was the one getting all the usage in the world. That 24 cap right there feels light. I don't have it in front of me, but I think he got up between 12 and 15 shot attempts. His usage percentage through the roof, even though he technically came off the bench. They ran him out there for what felt like the entirety of the game and a majority of the minutes. Like, if they're going to get points from somewhere without Vassell and without Wemby, I'm going to nominate Keldon Johnson to take the most amount of shots for San Antonio tonight.
Yeah, you're right. He got up 17 shots, going 11 for 17, 28 points and 5 boards in 28 minutes.
Oh, okay. That was all in 28 minutes. Wow.
Yeah, but to your point, no Devin Vassell tonight too. And I know they don't play the same position, but that's 25 more minutes that need to go around. I really do like Keldon Johnson tonight. I like Jeremy Sohan, and this, because what I on top of that, I actually think, even though the Kings are kind of a mess and it's a back-to-back, Sabonis could go for like 40 rebounds tonight.
So, Jeremy Sohan's really the only true front court player they have.
I think so.
Traditional big guy.
They started him at the 5 last night, and then Zach Collins played 20-ish minutes off the bench.
Zach Collins.
And Bassey played like 13. And I just feel like he's going to be out there the Kings lost a weird one last night to the Grizzlies. I feel like we could see some big Sabonis numbers tonight.
Sabonis is always a guarantee for numbers.
Yeah.
But we had this conversation on my Sirius XM show earlier this week about if you were just looking at box scores, you would say Domantas Sabonis is undoubtedly like an all-star.
Mm-hmm.
He might even be in like some fringe all-NBA conversations. This dude is shooting north of 40% from three-point land. And then you watch him in the final minutes of these games and you're like, man, do those stats feel so empty? You know,
Right.
And I was trying to pinpoint exactly where the problem is. And I'm onto something, because the last time I was truly onto something was when I caught LeBron staring at the basketball before, he was getting up those threes many, many years ago. But I put together that compilation of like, here's 30 examples of him staring at that ball. And then it's going up within 2 seconds. It was like a tick that he had.
Yeah.
And he was showing his cards because it was a rhythm play. And it got to the point that everyone found out about it, that I could hear Robert Covington yelling, he's looking at the ball, run at him, run at him. I was like, oh my God, one video caused all this. So the reason why I bring that up is I have the same Oracle view of what's going on with Domantas Sabonis, because in the pick and roll, De'Aaron Fox, he's awesome. And there's a reason why those numbers exist that they do. And that 43 salary number exists because when he's rolling off the pick and roll, he's got great hands around the rim. He can finish. He's play bully ball, do all those things. But when they have him running as a hub, meaning like a big guy that stands at the nail on the free throw line, and he catches the ball there, you're in a triple threat position. You can dribble, you can pass, you can shoot, or I like to say quadruple threat, because you can also drive when you're a hub in that spot. And it was the Houston Rockets who, it was as if they had the game, the blueprint of Domantas Sabonis. The moment that he catches the ball, every single time in that hub positioning, they were already backpedaling, cheating to the corners, because they knew he was always passing out of there. He was never turning, facing, and shooting. Who knew this originally, by the way? Draymond Green back in that playoff series.
Oh, right, yeah.
Daring Sabonis to do that, and he just never came through. Didn't even get shots up all the time. But it still to this day is an issue because he doesn't turn, face, and go to the rim. And I found like 10 examples of it in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, this is definitely a thing. And I know if I found it, then actual assistant coaches and guys who are grinding tape for franchises probably saw it as well. So down the stretch of these games, all of those stats that we fawn over for Domantas, just they don't come to fruition in the clutch. And it's not because he doesn't know how to finish in the pick and roll set, but when they have him floating around the paint area. He's not going to the rim with the same aggressiveness. And that's why that number that you see is 43 instead of 63.
Right.
I think. Just
No,
my,
I think
just my POV on all this. But that's also why the Kings are struggling, because they go to him in the hub and the half court set all the time down the stretch.
right. And if and you could tell they're like pulling all the emergency levers that they can right now, because like like Mike Brown putting Malik Monk in the starting lineup is just kind of like, please, God, something, anything, turn this thing around right now.
He did that because Keegan Murray has been wolf this year. Was that the explanation that he gave?
And Kevin Huerter too, like both of them. I don't have it in front of me, but Keegan Murray's such an interesting guy, because I feel like, once every 4 or 5 weeks he goes like 11 for 14 from 3 in a game, and we're like, oh my God, Keegan Murray. But then is going, honestly, maybe he's like a little Buddy Hield, where he's just the streakiest of all streaks in him. But yeah, they've been tough. I can't figure them out either. It feels like they lose a lot of close games. I don't know if they're on the wrong side of variance or what. But even last night, like John Morant gets ejected. How do you lose that game?
How do you lose a clutch game when you have the two clutchest players in the NBA? Quite literally, the guy who's won the award previously in De'Aaron Fox, the guy who always comes in second, and they're somehow terrible in the clutch.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
What is it? What's the opposite of addition by subtraction? Subtraction by addition? Because that's apparently what they did by bringing in the next clutchest player. There's only one ball to go around. And this whole, no one's guarding Sabonis when he's got his back turned to the rim. Nobody's guarding DeMar DeRozan outside the three-point line. We got clogged paint issues. Keegan Murray can't make any threes. Like, there's a lot of reasons as to why the Kings are under 500. And they were blessed with a gift, you're right, last night, that they ejected John Morant for that bullshit. So first of all, he didn't get ejected because of the reaction, the demonstrative reaction after. He got ejected because he kept following the referee to the bench, and then he put his finger in his face and he said some words which I can't say myself, but he did say them, and then he got teed and sent out. So you get that, and you're like, the Kings have to win this game, and they went down. They lost by 5 or something, I think.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they were either right when Ja got ejected or soon after. I'm pretty sure the Kings were up like 6 or 8 or something like that too. It's not like they were trailing at that point. So yeah, it just went ice cold. One of the other games, and I know you hate talking, I know about one of these teams, but maybe both of these teams, and where DeRozan has just come from. The Bulls and the Pacers have a total of like 4 million. It's like 247 tonight, I think.
So I'm trying to figure out why. Because first of all, we know the Pacers just push they pace and space all day. Mm-hmm. And it's not like Miles Turner is going to win Defensive Player of the Year, even though the guy's a good rim protector. It's just they always have him outside the three-point line on either side of the ball. And then with the Bulls, who are supposed to be known for their defense because of Billy Donovan and the way they're constructed, is because they don't have a true big man that can protect the paint in Vooch, that teams are able just to red carpet their way to the rim against the Bulls. I mean, a good example is the San Antonio game when they didn't have Wembanyama, and you've got 5 guards or swingmen out there without a true rim presence. I don't care how good teams are at offense. You're always going to get to the rim because there's no shot blocker there. So in these particular games, now, again, Miles Turner qualifies, but is an outlier because of the way that the Indiana Pacers play the game. So I'm not going to consider him as anchor that slows down pace. If he's doing anything, he's encouraging it. So that number makes sense. Mm-hmm. But this Kobe White's also, they're booking this assuming that Kobe White's not going to be made available.
I'm pretty sure we just got news that Kobe White is good to go.
Oh, that changed because
I think we just
questionable.
I think so Baselis is good, Kobe White's good, Jonathan Isaac was ruled out, and then Drummond is likely to play as well tonight. So your Yabusele bags might be.
So with Kobe available, that certainly just adds kerosene to the fire, because that dude is going to be pulling up with 14 seconds on the shot clock from 30 feet. And whether that goes in or not, because he shoots it so quick on secondary transition, it's just going to create more possessions. And the more possessions there are, the greater chance there is to score in volume. So I believe the over-under, and if the Spurs showed us anything, it's that the Bulls are incredibly weak in the interior defense.
Oh, yeah.
It's a joke that that Vooch is your last line of defense.
Well, and
So,
you even think about any of their lines of defense, like you're running out Kobe, Levine, Giddy, Vooch. I'm like forgetting who the fifth is because I know it's kind of like sometimes it's Torrey Craig, other times it's like Io they'll throw out there too.
and that's the name that you brought up that I mean has been thriving off the opportunity in the absence of Kobe White.
He was awesome
That
last night.
I've been all over him the past couple of games here. That his usage has gone through the roof, and Kobe's presence is going to change his dynamic in the lineup, obviously.
Right.
But that is one of those cases that Io is probably like, take your time coming back.
Yeah.
Take your time coming back. I'm
Get
enjoying.
healthy.
I'm enjoying embracing your role as both the 3 and 3 and D type of backcourt player that we so desperately need. But his usage is going to get siphoned away by Kobe for sure.
Yeah, I also wanted to point out Levine too, just because I think his cap is somewhat 36. It's a little bit higher than I thought. It was like closer to 32. I feel like we're due for a Levine game. Like this seems to be the type of environment where I could see him go off. The problem with Levine, he doesn't usually get the peripheral stats. Like you're just going to need him to score 30 to 35 actual points in order to get there. But what do you make of like the Pacers right now? I think what's so wild about them right now is they're still playing fast but not scoring. Like that Brooklyn game the other night, they're just, I can't figure it out. Like they can't have two guys play well on the same night. Like only one of them is allowed to have a good game.
I'm going to vamp for a second because
Go
I'm now pulling up. They are 8th in pace at roughly 100 possessions per game. Yet they're only 14th in scoring, 113.4 points per game. Their offensive ratings 18th, which means they are in the lower half of the NBA. Like what the hell is going on, man?
They are like, this is going to be a tough cross sport comp right now. Remember the wide receiver, John Brown? They're like the wide receivers that come out and they run like a 3.5 40, but can't catch to save their life. And it's like, hey, congrats on being super fast, but like I need you to haul the ball in. And that's kind of like what they're doing. Like they're flying around and not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, they were a historic offense last season, and they should have, on paper, they should have only gotten better with Benedict Mathurin returning to the lineup. Mm-hmm. Is it because should we just blame Halliburton and his shooting? Is that the easiest? Is that the low hanging fruit? But is it also true?
I guess so. Also, we just got some breaking news that's gonna flip things out.
What?
Yeah, here Wemby upgraded to game time decision.
No way.
What is going on with this? This has happened a couple of times this year. Also, where like somebody gets upgraded to like down Embiid. It happened with Embiid, right? Where he got like he was ruled out, downgraded to a doubtful, and then all of a sudden they were like, he's warming up.
No way. I mean, when was the last time we saw a doubtful go actually play?
I know. God. Well, that throws. I mean, all of the Sohan, all of the Keldon. Like, I mean, Keldon could still get there with no Devin Vassell, but that is crazy.
Okay, so Chris Paul's projected points 11.5. Harrison Barnes 11.5. They've got Wemby at 24.5.
Wow.
Champagne. How do you pronounce that? We tried to do this last time. How do you pronounce this? Julian Champagne.
Champagne.
12.5. Steph Castle 14.5. I don't know if there's any obvious play here if he starts or doesn't. Harrison Barnes. Okay, I'm in points plus assists now, but I mean, who takes the biggest hit? Jeremy Sohan, I assume.
I guess so. Like I think Sohan probably, right, because he would maybe still starts, but probably like in Champagne. Yeah, I don't know. I just would stay away. I think I would stay away from all of these spots.
Yeah, the Spurs are kind of on like there's no way to even, because when there's a pretty obvious play, sometimes in like Sorare or daily fantasy, you just fade what the obvious choice is just from a sheer math standpoint and hope that it hits. And then you'll be the only one who reaps the benefits. But I don't even know what the case is here in San Antonio.
All right, here we go. Here's the big brain, the galaxy brain play is to still roll out your Sohan and Keldon Johnsons. Because if everybody gets freaked out that Wemby is going to play and then we don't get the news before lock and he doesn't play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely risky. Like you could be rolling some zeros out there, but
So
Yeah.
can I tell you, can we pivot from this real quick? Can
Yeah.
I tell you my business? Middleton. So we just got news that Doc Rivers will not be starting Chris Middleton in his debut tonight. So what do we think? This game is at Boston. Okay. There's always potential of the Celtics just lighting the world on fire and blowing anybody out. So with blowout potential in play, Chris Middleton, I'm going to assume, is between 15 and 20 total minutes. It'll be 2 8.5 to 9 minute spurts, and I would highly doubt he closes the game if he's coming in at the end of the first and the third. So is it fair to say I'm all in on his unders, which are low, but can he get to like double digit in points in 16 minutes? He's only going to get up a couple shots. I was thinking of Klay Thompson returning to the lineup the other night, where he got one shot up in the first half. It was just getting integrated back into the offense, and I'm hoping the same applies here, that he just gets a couple of shots up and then just floats around a little bit. But I'm in big on the unders tonight.
I think that's the right thing to do. I am just speaking as a Celtics fan who has watched Chris Middleton turn into Larry Bird before my eyes, like only against the Celtics, where he just lights them up. But you're absolutely right. There's no, like, if he's not starting, he's going to play one rotation, either at the end of the first into the beginning of the second. That's probably all we see. And then another rotation in the third into the fourth, and that's probably it. You're right. He's not going to close, especially if the game's close. I can't imagine them wanting like high stress minutes on him first game back.
And if he's coming off the bench, he's going to overlap minutes with Bobby Portis too, who's a siphon for usage.
Right.
So if Chris Middleton's doing anything, he's going to get up exactly 2. All right, let me just see what I got type of, I'm in the post. Let me hit him with that Chris Middleton fadeaway to the weak side. He's going to have 2 3-point attempts from the free throw line extended, which one will be off the dribble, one will be from a drive and kick. And after that, potential for some free throws and a layup. So I'm anticipating 6 total shot attempts from Chris Middleton. And if his over-under is set at 8.5, 9 total points, I'm hoping then that he only makes 3 total shots of the 6.
Yeah.
And that's my mindset in taking the unders here. Now, I did PRA, and I'm hoping he just does well, because if he's only out there for between 15 and 20 minutes, I'm willing to bet on the math that ball is going to shank, and or the Boston Celtics just make so many damn threes, he won't even have an opportunity to get a rebound. But
and the Celtics are just like tough defensively too. Like he's going to get an assignment that's not going to be like favorable for him either. I was just pulling him up on Sorare. Obviously, you can't play him. Don't play him this week. But what is kind of nice about Chris Middleton, if you have him right now, is he's going to have probably 3 or 4 games like this where he plays, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 18 minutes, whatever, as they ramp him back up. Not to use the term.
That's a big difference in what you said, though. Is it 12 minutes or 18 minutes?
No. Oh, sorry. I meant like he'll probably play 12 tonight. Then like the next night.
If he plays only 12 tonight, I'm in freaking business, man.
There's no way he's playing 20. Like, there's no way.
I'm guessing 18.
Yeah, I think that's right.
But
I just mean you're going to have like 3 games like this where they're like slowly, as the 76ers have been saying about Joel Embiid for the last 6 months, ramping him up before he starts playing like his 28 minutes, because they just like need. I mean, he hasn't played basketball since the playoffs, and he's been doing 5-on-5, like light 5-on-5 stuff. So there's no way they're going to run him out there. I think that's a good bet. I know Consigliere was trying to get me to, but he's yelling at me now. He's like, now that Wob says it's fine.
You know how this works when everyone agrees. He's going to hit his first 2 threes of the game, and all of that's going to be taken care of in the first 30 seconds.
Right.
And then what will happen is he'll miss every shot for the rest of the game, and everything will cover the over by the hook because he did it right out of the gate. That's always the way it works.
We got a couple more updates here. Not too surprising. Levine is available. Giddey is available. They were both probable. Taurean Prince is good to go. And then the Sixers are running out. I love this lineup, man. Maxey, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, and then Yabusele and Drummond together. The 76ers, just wild.
Have you noticed how the Orlando Magic have been in the Northeast for nearly 2 weeks? So they did a baseball series with the Brooklyn Nets. They
Mhm.
stayed all weekend. And then they didn't leave after because they had another day off before they played the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden.
That's right.
Then they go down to Philadelphia, which is not all that far away, hour and a half
Little
Acela train.
Amtrak. Yeah.
Okay. They've now done a baseball series in Philadelphia, which has required them to, I think that's 4 total days, including travel. They've been up there for 2 weeks.
Wow, they've been here longer than I've been here because I was back
Yeah.
and forth. It does feel like they've played the Sixers 45 times this season. I feel like every time I turn around, they're playing Philly. I think that was like the one game Embiid played was against the Magic. Yeah,
I get the reason why the NBA is doing baseball series. It's to prevent travel, which
right.
means you have less excuses to load manage, but it's also boring. Like these baseball series, which game are we supposed to care about?
It is boring. Yeah, I agree. And I feel like you'd get like really weird results when a team plays each other like that in 2 consecutive games. I feel like it's always you get like some weird ones.
The Pelicans and the Blazers played each other 3 times in the first week baseball series or week and a half or something. So it's just weird scheduling quirks, which it's really difficult to beat a team twice in a week, let alone 3 times.
That was the beginning of the end for the Pelicans when they started dropping games to the Blazers. That's when it happened.
That team's ridiculous. They got guys back and they're still not even close to being whole.
No,
So.
they're uncomfy. Speaking of them, they play the Utah Jazz. I don't really want to talk about. I don't have any.
No, I titled this show "Sicko Talk."
Yeah,
and it's too sicko for me.
Yeah,
I can't do it, man.
No, and nobody's good. Nobody's good.
Can't. I bet on the Utah Jazz last week, and
did you call?
Boy, do I have to go repent for my sins. And I mean, first of all, when you're betting on something, you're paying super close attention. So I will tip my cap to Bryce Sensabaugh, who has been taking the most of his opportunity, and he is a pretty damn good 3-point shooter. But I cannot watch Keontae George play anymore. I can't do it. I just can't. He's like if Mike Conley was even more washed.
It was dumb.
But the problem is he's still in his prime.
I have so much Keontae George stock too. I was all in on it. And he like showed some promise.
Game manager, but why? He doesn't.
He was a game manager, and then you know what he did? He hung out with Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton for a year, and he's like, "Oh, I can just shoot." I mean, I was watching a Jazz game maybe like 2 weeks ago. I forget who they were playing, and I was watching Lowry Markkanen just stand in the corner while Clarkson and Sexton not Sexton, and Clarkson and George just had their heads down taking jumpers. Like, I'm like, come on, Lowry re-signed. You got to feed Lowry the ball. He's the only person I know outside of Mitt Romney that was like, keep me in Utah.
God, all right, that was too much Jazz talk. As I'm wearing a Jazz sweatshirt, by the way.
The only so rare play that I like from there, Anthony Simon's cap has come so far down at 24 that he's a good play. But
Shaedon Sharp was cheap too. He's on one of my teams.
Yeah, I do.
He's he was in the high 20s. It might have reset, but
back up to
31. Yeah, it went up from like 27 to 31.
Yeah. What about the Golden State game is kind of interesting. I think that's going to be a better basketball game than a fantasy game just because Minnesota decided to take the month of October and early November off in defense, but then have found it in the last couple of games. That game against the Clippers the other night, I had a lot of action on that, or like fantasy.
Me too.
And when I was it was nice for me because I got on the East Coast. I got to go to bed at the beginning of the fourth quarter once they pulled their starters out almost immediately. So it was good. It was good for me in my bags. But Minnesota seems to have like tightened up a little bit. I don't even know if there's anything I want to attack in this game.
All right. So Draymond is. Also, I know Steph's coming back, but Draymond is he officially back?
I think he technically still has a Q tag, but it sounded like it was pretty positive that he was trending towards him playing.
Kuminga coming off a career high. I'm trying to find an angle here. Like it's fade. Like I want to fade pods. I want to fade Kuminga
Yeah.
because their usage is going to plummet compared to their last game. But
Well, and that's the thing. Like some of the so rare projections have Pajemski as a really good play, and part of that is because his cap has come down so low because
okay.
he's been
Yeah.
so bad. But I agree with you. Like I still think like a cap of 17, he probably outperforms that. But projections had him for like north of 30 fantasy points, and I'm
Dude,
like,
17's crazy.
I know it's low.
That's how much like a bench player on the Charlotte Hornets is going for right
Dude,
now.
he is. We were talking about Keegan Murray. I mean, talking about a guy who just hasn't been able to find his shot. Like the only reason he's accumulating any so rare points is from like rebounds and assists, maybe the steal here and there. He has been tough. And Buddy too. Buddy's another, like you just can't really trust. Steve's playing too many guys. I think like you can always go to Ant-Man. But even like Rudy against Draymond, as somebody in the chat pointed out, I don't know if I trust either of those guys not to get ejected.
I can't trust anyone on Golden State because of Steve Kerr. I mean, we saw what Buddy Hield was doing in the first couple of weeks of the season, and in these last 5 games, he's played 27 minutes, which is the most of the month, pretty much. 21 and a half minutes, 16 and a half minutes, 23 minutes, and 16 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, how am I supposed to get anything done with that type of usage?
The only
this
guy
is where Tommy Ball comes back to bite you.
Right. The only guy I'm rolling out is this guy right here, Moses Moody. Just because his cap is so low. I swear he is better than most of the guys we just talked about, but it does not get enough run out there.
Okay, so Moses, just to use him as an example, he got 23 minutes of burn against Houston, 20 minutes against Denver, 2 minutes against Phoenix.
Yeah. Like
what happens if you pick the 2-minute night? You never know with Golden State who's going to be part of the rotation.
I know. And we might have missed the window. It might have been the Houston game where Steph and Dre sat that you wanted to play Moody, and now we'll get burned by that. But I don't know. Looking at the rest of this game, I'm trying to think. We've still got like 15, 20 minutes or so here. Let's see if you guys have any other questions too in the chat about plays or whatever. Fire away.
What do you expect from LeBron tonight? I mean, this is an actual case where talking about LeBron is appropriate. Usually people talk about LeBron because they have nothing else to talk about.
I know.
But with him now expected to play, he has been struggling. He had how many threes in a row did he miss? 21, 20?
Yeah, too many.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I thought he was going to turn it around in that last game because he made his first shot. And I was getting ready to prepare all of the father time memes and takes. And here we go again with everyone, counting him out too soon. But struggles continue. And this is a game in Atlanta that LeBron gets up for because he only plays there once. He loves those hostile crowds, those engaged. Atlanta does qualify when the Lakers are there. So this is always a game that produces some either volatility or intensity, especially score differential. You can expect both teams to be up by 15 points at some point. Miss one. In a game like this, that's like being up a field goal in football. Oh, you're up by 15. Congrats.
Yeah.
I'll come back from the bathroom and you'll be down by 15. So with that said, if the Lakers are going to hang around tonight, LeBron has to have a big game. And at some point, doesn't he want to put his foot down, pun intended, because of his injury, and just have one of those 30-point triple doubles? It's got to be against this team, despite maybe catching some DeAndre Hunter at times. Nothing really over there scares me otherwise.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not going to see Dyson.
Yeah, he won't see Dyson, right? I don't really know what to make of it. I've had that same exact thought process for like the last 3 games that they've gotten smoked. Like I thought that same way when they went to play Miami. I was like, oh, they're showing up to Miami. Like LeBron has pride. I know he's on social media. He's seeing everybody talk about how his like shots has like fallen off a cliff. I was like, he's going to show up. And then the whole team took that game off. Like, I don't know what they did the night before, but they were not interested in moving around. And I can't imagine, that Atlanta was it's not like they were playing in Wyoming. I'm sure they had other stuff to do in Atlanta.
Oh, and someone in the chat does bring up a great point that the SEC championship game, everyone's in town for it. And every time that there's a major football event, like the Super Bowl, the NBA game in that city the night before is always a banger, always, because people are looking for something to do and they turn it into an event. Not that it needed an excuse, but LeBron being in Atlanta with that place is going to be sold out just because of the sheer amount of people there. expect. And that's why I think we're going to get one of those. Oh, this game is worthy of me doing my LeBron shoulder shrug
Shoulder
that
shrug.
he loves to do. And he's like, flexing his masculine dominance.
And I mean, his cap has come down to 42 on Sorare and no Austin Reeves. So I feel like he's probably going to fill it up. Like, again, you're right. He's not going to get the Dyson Daniels assignment. I feel like Anthony Davis, too, should have no problem tonight. I'm kind of more intrigued on the Atlanta side, though. And I know Trae Young's shot's been a little wonky lately, and he's just been getting there because he's been averaging like 4,000 assists a game lately. But Trae and why am I blank on? Oh, Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson has been so fun. His cap has gone up so high at this point, so he's kind of hard to fit into lineups. But Jalen Johnson, I got to put the full name there. Cap is all the way up to 47. But again, the way the Lakers have defended lately, I mean, at
some point they have to take some pride and just give effort on defense, right? They're getting so exposed. They know they can see the internet. And the moment you just turn on your phone, you can't avoid one of these viral moments. Like the Miami one was even worse than the Phoenix game.
Yeah. Oh, the Miami one was so bad.
Oh my God. It was just as they're all looking at it. It's a combination of miscommunication, laziness, this apathy towards, we'll just figure it out later in the season, like LeBron James teams always do. At some point, though, I want to be on that game where the Lakers say we are going to remind everyone what we're capable of. Is that tonight in Atlanta? I think the elements or the storm is brewing a little bit, especially if I'm catching 5.5 points.
Yeah,
but I haven't pulled the trigger on that. I'm still scared.
I think if they get there too, I still feel like it's a 130 to 120 victory. Like, I just don't know if they have the roster to defend right now. Like, D'Lo's going to have to play 30 minutes tonight. No Reeves. They're going to need him out here. It's Dalton Connect's going to be playing 20. And, like, I love them, or I don't love D'Lo, but Dalton I like, but he's not going to defend anybody.
What's the purpose of having Gabe Vincent if he's not going to be out there to guard Trae Young on a night like this? If that's the case, then the moment December 15th hits, when D'Angelo Russell's contract becomes available to trade to most teams, then he has to be included in that. Like they've made 3 extreme errors. To Pelinka's somewhat of his credit, he has put the Lakers in a position that they can use future draft assets to get back into the conversation of making a big blockbuster trade. But Gabe Vincent, Kendrick Nunn, and Russell Westbrook have been misses. And if Gabe Vincent can't give you defensive minutes against Trae Young tonight, then when will he ever?
Right.
And December 15th is kind of the soft launch of the trade deadline in a way, because now so many players are involved that the calls start coming in because there's a bigger pool of people that you can exchange. So this does not go well, it has to be the Lakers' potential for trading is D'Angelo Russell, Gabe Vincent, and you're going to have to send either Austin Reeves or Dalton Connect if you want the names that the Lakers want. Those names are Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith. The Brooklyn Nets are open for business, right? But you got to send them one hell of an offer to get Cam Johnson in uniform. Brandon Ingram does not solve your 3 and D. I had this conversation with Antonio earlier. Is there a single person on the Los Angeles Lakers roster right now, either active or hurt, that is 3 and D? The answer is no. It's 3 or D. Jared Vanderbilt is D. Austin Reeves is 3. Dalton Connect is 3. It's not 3 and D. Right. It's like you have these specialists everywhere, and that's what's got to be so frustrating is if they're not on fire that night, they're conceding bunnies to their opponents, and then they fall behind, and since they're not making their shots, they're in trouble. Period.
Yeah, I think like what's crazy is that LeBron at age 40 just about is like they need him to be LeBron at age 30 for them to be
the problem.
And that's not like that's an unrealistic expectation.
To LeBron and Anthony Davis's credit, up until this week, Anthony Davis was being considered for early season MVP because of how great this guy defensively was basketball Godzilla. LeBron was giving us 30-point triple doubles. And then because we take it for granted, there's an expectation that that's going to be there every night. Well, guess what? It stopped this week. And now the spotlight goes on the guys, the supplementary pieces, which are very obviously not worthy of winning a championship as currently constructed, no matter how good LeBron and AD are. right?
And that's
We
why
have learned that this week. So if
when
the
it comes
Lakers want to win the title, they got to make a move at some point.
right. But what's funny, like I'll be curious to see how management reacts to the trade deadline. Cause I think any sane person looking at this roster is probably like, I don't know what move you make that makes the Lakers a 5 seed, let alone a title contender. You know, like I don't even know
I'm on
who's
the
up.
I'm on the record saying that Cam Johnson would move the needle for me. I think he
Okay.
would make an immediate impact being the 3-and-D guy that I just talked about.
Yeah,
You
he's been
hope to
great
get
this
Jared
year.
Vanderbilt at some point, but to get Cam Johnson, you are going to have to send either Dalton Connect and or Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
This Cam Johnson is the house in the neighborhood that everyone wants to buy. There's going to be 8 offers on this house. And when that happens, the seller gets to leverage the offers against each other to get someone that's willing to pay above and beyond. So yes, if you want that guy wearing your uniform, then you are going to have to overpay. And is it worth it considering the potential that we've seen from Dalton Connect? We know LeBron is always Anakin Skywalker back at the Jedi Temple about to kill all the younglings with his lightsaber. So anyone can be sacrificed, especially rookies and guys on younger contracts, because he's in win now mode. Dude's going to retire in a couple of years probably. So Dalton Connect, we love you to death, but you may be used as bait to bring in Cam Johnson, and then you go to war with LeBron, AD, Cam Johnson, I don't know, Rui, and just fill out and Jared Vanderbilt when he returns.
Right.
That's it.
Nobody's more excited about Cam Johnson's play this season than Joe Tsai in the Brooklyn Nets front office. Like, Cam Johnson has been awesome.
Yeah, he'll be the number one. Like Brandon Ingram, for depending on the team that I think he ultimately gets traded to. He's a bigger name and he's a better like individual scorer and all of that. But Cam Johnson is the perfect 2024 player to
100%.
add to a team that already has superstars.
Also,
like he is an elite 3-and-D third wheel.
And the problem with Ingram bringing him on, and I like Ingram's game, but Ingram's also ready to get paid again. And so, like, what assets are you going to give up? Like, are you by giving up those assets, are you also saying, hey, we're about to give you a ton of money? We're like, I just don't know.
It isn't a coincidence. He just signed with Clutch. He left Excel and he went to Clutch. And now he's been questioned, or I'm putting this in quotes because he's been injured for the last week, in and out of the lineup. And he's been like in and out of practice too. You don't just sign with Clutch because you enjoy the holiday party. Okay. You sign with Clutch because you are an expiring contract that's looking for a mega deal coming up, and you want to get moved potentially to someone connected with LeBron, which is where we know Rich Paul steps in. So that did not happen by accident. And I do think with the Pelicans struggling that they will make him available for trade, but he will not fit on this particular Lakers team, in my opinion, because we don't need another ball usage heavy guy to operate in isolation. This Lakers team need guys that can stay in front of their assignments. Just one, because right now, if it's not going to be Gabe Vincent or Jared Vanderbilt, whether they're available or not, then who the hell is it going to be? This is why you lose to the good teams all the time.
Right. I love Joke Rock said, why are we not talking about the obvious choice, Zion to the Lakers? No, we can't. I just want to see Zion play basketball again. I just want to see Zion play basketball again.
Like, what's even Zion's market? Does he? What would you be willing to give up for a guy that is on a path to be the next Brandon Roy?
Oh wow, that comp sucks. It's a good comp.
Getting more and more appropriate by the day. Brandon Roy was an excellent basketball player, an all-star.
Yeah, that's Brandon Roy, though. I feel like we knew ahead of time, right? We're like, we get 4 years of this and then that's it, right? Where Zion, we just keep getting hope that it's going to hang around, and it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know what the Pelicans are going to do. I do not envy the situation they've put themselves in. It is just kind of wild to give up the assets they did to secure DeJounte Murray and then to immediately be in like pole position outside of the Washington Wizards to get Cooper Flagg.
They traded Dyson Daniels for that.
Yeah.
We're talking about first team all defense right now.
God, he's awesome. Dyson Daniels been playing so good that his cap's actually too high. He's like hard to play now. But yeah, cap at 34. He's been awesome. He's been so good. The stock machine. All right, I want one last refresh here on the injury news. I think we got about everything that we're waiting on. I think Scoot Henderson's the last one, but again, we shouldn't be paying attention to that game. So I don't
If I'm
think
stuck from Chris Middleton, I may have to end up watching that. I'm not going to bet on Boise and UNLV for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
But I'm going to need something. I don't trust Golden State, any player props over there.
No.
I don't trust the Timberwolves as far as I can throw them. You never know who's going to show up despite the LA game. So I'm going to be stuck with Jazz Blazers.
You're going to be sweating. Just bet on Keontae shot attempts. I think not makes, just attempts. Here, let's remind the people here we got a giveaway. We'll get ready to wrapping that up. You gotta like the stream, subscribe to the channel, put hashtag 40 into the chat. Where is it? There it is.
Yes.
And then
Someone in the chat is right. We're still waiting on Wemby news.
Oh yes, I know the Wemby news, man. The Wemby news. Wemby now being like game time decision and LeBron being ruled in just ruined everything for me tonight.
Yeah, there's no obvious spot. There's no like blast off on props and like this guy has to be in there. Fridays are usually good for that.
Yeah, usually we and I also early in the day I was so sure Porzingis was playing. Like I was like, oh, they're at home against Milwaukee. Porzingis will sit tomorrow.
But can I ask you a question? Because someone in the chat just reminded me of something. Aaron Borland asked, do we know if Okoro is playing? And what I'm about to tell you has nothing to do with the status of Isaac Okoro.
Who's question?
Do you know Isaac Okoro just released his own shoe?
No.
Okay, so he has his own shoe, and the edition is a tribute to Woj, and it's the final Woj bomb because it was Woj's last piece of news.
I did.
So he created a shoe with like a Woj bomb theme to it. And they had this huge release party in Cleveland. I got invited to the release party and fully paid trip to put me up in a hotel, but it's Isaac Okoro. And so I'm like, am I going to fly all the way from Los Angeles to Cleveland at the end of November for an Isaac Okoro shoe launch party? And my answer was no. What would you have said? Would you have gone to the free party?
If I lived in LA, no. New York, I would have gone. New York,
because it's not
too far.
Puddle jump. Pretty much.
I don't have to change time zones. I don't think. Yeah, you know what's so funny? I knew that shoe existed. I didn't know it was for Okoro. Like I knew that the Woj bomb shoe happened. I didn't know it was Okoro. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, that was the whole theme. I'm sure the party was awesome, but that was one of my first moments of me either being too old or being too snooty about being Worldwide Wabas. I'm like, this is not worth my time. That was the first time I ever thought that way. So I wanted to get a level-headed opinion, which I know you can provide, of someone that's also my age.
Yes.
And that I didn't want to force myself on a 4.5-hour flight, despite everything being paid for, because it was Isaac Okoro.
I 100%
That's rude and disrespectful, but
I 100% wouldn't have gone cross country. I'll tell you that right now. And there we go. Shout out Weisberg. This is the Okoro, the final Woj bomb.
There it is.
The
shoe doesn't look terrible, honestly.
No, they kind of look like throwbacks a little bit. Wow, Isaac Okoro. We need, but what this means, Wob, is that if Okoro can get a shoe, can you get a shoe?
Oh, you know what? I would give them some free press if I happen to stumble upon a box of free shoes. Are the easiest way to get to my heart. So
no, I'm saying if Isaac Okoro can get his own shoe,
I thought you meant send me some shoes.
I'm saying, can you get your own shoe? Like if Okoro's getting his own shoe, can you get one? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know if people are going to be lined up around the block to buy a Worldwide Wob shoe, but. Listen. I'm more in the business of selling like police chase merchandise than basketball. That's a different market, but
that's true.
I digress.
All right. I don't. You have anything going on that you need to tell the people about?
Nope. We're just talking on the radio for 3 hours a day. Let me tell you a quick side note. I know. Do you need to do your draw before lock and then?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. No, so I'm not nearly online as much as I used to be, but I understand that there is a war going on within the NBA media sphere, in that you have one side that is adamant on talking about the game in X's and O's.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk about the angle of this flare screen and why that pick set by player X was so beautiful. Okay. That's like deep down into the basketball X's and O's rabbit hole. That's tremendous. And then I have to remind myself, because on a day like today, I've never seen our phone lines blow up like they did, because we were talking about the evolution of the game and the 3-point shot. And people had their opinions on, like, back in my day in the 90s and the 80s, we did this. And then a kid would call in. He's like, I'm 19. I didn't even get to watch Michael Jordan live or the Bad Boys. This is all I'm used to. People just talked for 3 straight hours about this topic that, while yes, we were discussing X's and O's, if you listen to it, it's mostly, a conversation that you would have in a barbershop. The
Right.
audience size for that is so much larger, the net that you cast, than talking about insane detail, X's and O's and stuff. And there's always room for, listen, we're sickos and
Yeah.
we're down to talk about. I'm not saying it's bad, but the reason why shows dedicate so much of their blocks to that type of more general conversation is because that's what everyone is interested in.
Right.
And that today was on full display. And it just reminded me that, like, the very end, we were getting into the weeds of New York Knicks sets, and like Antonio talking about how they use floppy and pistol action. All the callers disappeared. They did like this. Even though it was a topic which was relating to what we just discussed, they disappeared in a heartbeat. So that's the reason for it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I always find the nerdy stuff I go out of my way to find. Like, if I want to go learn something, I'll go out of my way to find it. For the most, not background listening, because that's not what I'm doing, but if I'm throwing in a podcast while I'm taking the dog out for a walk, I kind of want to be entertained most of the time. Like, I want to be engaged a little bit. And
Right.
so, that's what I'm looking for, where most of the time. But I always think it's weird when people get mad about it. Why are you, there's so many other things you could be frustrated about than what so-and-so is covering on their show. Shut up and enjoy it. Go find another show then. You don't have to listen to it. Go find another thing. There's so much content out there right now. You can find, if you just want to talk about Miles Turner's Legos, you probably find a podcast for that. They've got something for everything. So there's other stuff.
It's funny you bring that up, by the way, because I got clipped, and I premised my statement by saying, watch, someone listening to what I'm about to say is going to be tuning into the radio right as I start talking about it and won't know the conversation that we just had leading up to it. And it was how, if you took Miles Turner in 2024 and you placed him in Houston in 1995, and he was playing 2024 basketball where the dude is shooting 3-pointers, would his impact from a mathematical standpoint be more influential than what Hakeem Olajuwon did? And I just said the answer, because 3 is worth 150% of 2, it would have changed the game's dynamics at the time. And I got our lines from people from Houston were calling in. Did you just say Miles Turner is better than Hakeem Olajuwon? And I'm like, oh my God, what have I done?
Now,
someone on Rocket's Twitter found it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what's wrong with NBA media. And I can't.
Who was angrier, those people or De'Aaron Fox's mom?
Oh yeah, gosh, boy, were they mad! I didn't even say anything. They were mad because I didn't say anything.
Right?
Not because I said something, because I didn't say anything.
It was great.
Isn't that crazy? You can't even be silent and you just get yelled at.
It was so good. And then I thought you had a pretty good reply to it, and it
I
just
was completely friendly. I was like, sorry, Mrs. Fox, next time I will. And then I had De'Aaron speak for me. It wasn't even an insult.
I know it was so.
And she was so mad. My God!
But who is this guy? What is he got followers? Who is he?
What are his credentials?
It was so good.
I was going to respond, but I'm like, boy, are you doing my job for me? Just keep tweeting. I'm like, God, you're making yourself look terrible. But it's just that hive mindset of, if you're not complimenting us, you're insulting us, and silence is violence. So I'm like, dude, you guys lost that game, by the way. that De'Aaron Fox 50 pointer or whatever he scored. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't even win.
It's an L. It was an L. Wait, you
hurt.
called it here. Gabe Vincent into the starting lineup tonight. There you go. There you go.
Speak it into existence.
Called it.
Next up, I'm going to speak Miles Turner Back to the Future 1995.
There we
against
go.
The New York Knicks in the finals instead of Hakeem.
Don't get it clipped. Don't get it clipped. All right, we're gonna spin this giveaway. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll say kind words from Taylor here in the chat too. I have also enjoyed this, so I'm glad we keep doing this on Fridays. It's been a lot of fun leading up to or through the Emirates Cup. But let's spin this thing. If you win, just shoot me a DM either at Mike Zakarian on Twitter or in the Discord. Also, don't troll it. Don't pretend you're the person. I don't like that I have to verify who you are. Just be honest. And it's Jay Blaze 23. I know who this person is through Team Hold stuff. So I know you
rigged.
can't spam.
So obviously rigged. Again.
So obviously rigged. And he hit his face too. Also, look at Tesla giving out a little VIP membership. Thank you for doing that. All right, let's hope LeBron doesn't have a good game for the sake of my bags. that's what I'm rooting for tonight.
Rooting for everyone's bags. I feel like we're all in unison on Chris Middleton, which I'm starting. It's the graphic on the screen when they're picking who's going to win the football game, and it's unanimous, and you're like, oh boy,
yeah,
we're in trouble. Why is everyone on Chris Middleton with me? What did I miss? Those tall towers in Las Vegas didn't build themselves.
I did see somebody was building a slip, and they said that the Middleton numbers came off the board for a minute, and I like to think that it's because we were talking about it, and we.
Oh, like we're moving lines.
Yeah.
No, I think it was probably in line with Doc Rivers saying he's not going to start.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. I had a moment of that this morning where I saw Porzingis at his line. You could move it up to if he made 3 threes. It was like 1.8x or whatever. It was like plus 8. Well, not 1,800, but it was a plus money for it. And I was like, oh, he's going to take so many threes tonight. Like, I love that line. And then the line immediately came down after I placed the bet. And I was like, that's right, moving the line.
Look at
and
you.
And then
sharp action.
Yeah, the report came out 5 minutes later. Porzingis sitting. I was like, that's why they took the line down.
How did they know 5 minutes before?
Yeah, good question. That's a good question.
Rigged.
It is rigged. There we go. All right, fellas, we're going to get on out of here. We'll be back, or I'll be back on Monday with some more stuff. If you watch this whole time without subscribing, I think that's mean. You should subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And Rob, yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. I hope everybody has a good weekend, and we are out of here. See you guys.